Hello and welcome back to another World of Warcraft video. Today we're looking at the Battle for Azeroth Holy Paladin. Holy Paladin hasn't really gone through a whole lot of changes, so it should be a pretty simple video. We're going to just go through the abilities and the talent section, then we're going to jump into a dungeon, and so you can see how it worked in real time. I'll go ahead and tell you right now, I'm not the best Holy Paladin. It's not a class I usually, or a spec that I usually play, so I won't be the best at healing on a Holy Paladin, but you'll get the gist of it here. So let's go ahead and jump into the abilities. First we have Absolution, that is your res. Turns all dead party members to life, so that's your mass res. Then after that you have Aura Mastery. Empowers your chosen aura and increases its radius to 40 yards for 6 seconds. Aura of Sacrifice, that's the one that I have picked. We'll go over those in the talent section. Avenging Wrath, this is your wings cooldown. Coolest looking cooldown in the game. Oh yeah, you got the wings. But anyways, call upon the light to become an avatar of retribution, increasing your damage, healing, and crit strike chance by 30% for 20 seconds. We're going to skip Beacon of Faith because that's a talent, so we're going to Beacon of Light. Wrap a single ally in holy energy, causing your heals on other part of your raid members to also heal that ally for 40% of the amount healed. Targeting this ally directly with Flash of Light or Holy Light also refunds 20% of the mana spent on those heals. Blessing of Freedom. Blesses a party or raid member, granting immunity to movement and parry effects for 8 seconds. Very nice cooldown. Don't forget you have it. Make sure you use it. Blessing of Protection. Blesses a party or raid member, granting immunity to physical damage and harmful effects for 10 seconds. It cannot be used on a target with forbearance. Causes forbearance for 30 seconds. So you can't use it on yourself if you use Divine Shield. So, Blessing of Sacrifice. Blesses a party or raid member, reduces their damage taken by 30%, but you suffer 75% of the damage prevented. Last 12 seconds, or until transferred damage would cause you to fall below 20% health. It doesn't sound like it's that great because you're going to be taking damage, but it's a 30% damage reduction on somebody taking damage that they're not supposed to be taking. I wouldn't put it on a tank because they're going to pound the tank's balls in. You can use it on a tank if you really need to, but save it. I would personally save it for DPS that stand in fire and stupid things like that. Alright, Cleanse. That's your Dispel. Cleanse a friendly target, removing all poison, disease, and magic effects. You have Consecration. Consecrate the land beneath you, causing 1400 holy damage over 7.6 seconds to enemies who enter the area. You have your Crusader Strike, another damage ability. Strike the target for 1400 physical damage. Divine Protection. This is your damage reduction cooldown. Reduce all damage you take by 20% for 8 seconds. Moving on, you have your Divine Shield. This is your Pally Bubble. Grants you immunity to all damage and harmful effects for 8 seconds. Very useful. Divine Steed. Leap atop your charger for 3 seconds, increasing your movement speed by 100%. Usable indoors or in combat. There we go. Since I'm a Draenei, I hump on a big elephant. Alright, Flash of Light. Expend a large amount of mana to quickly heal a friendly target for 2500. That's your fast, inefficient heal. Hammer of Justice. Stuns the target for 6 seconds on a 1-minute cooldown. Hand of Reckoning. Commands the attention of an enemy target, forcing them to attack you. So you still have your taunt. I'm not really sure why, but you do. Holy Light. An efficient spell, healing a friendly target for 3000. That's your slow, efficient heal. Holy Prism is a talent. Holy Shock. Triggers a burst of light on the target, dealing 1400 holy damage to an enemy, or 2700 healing to an ally. Has an additional 25% critical effect chance. Very nice, very simple, very easy to use. Judgment. Judge the target, dealing 1700 holy damage and causing the target to take 30% increased damage from your next Crusader Strike or Holy Shock. Make sure you're using Judgment pretty much on cooldown if you're not in the process of healing. Lay on Hands. Heals a target or heals a friendly target for an amount equal to your maximum health. Cannot be used on a target with forbearance. Causes forbearance for 30 seconds. Light of Dawn. Unleash a wave of holy energy, healing up to 5 injured allies within 15-yard funnel cone for 677. And that heals people in front of you. Light of the Martyr. This was new back in Legion. Sacrifice a portion of your own health to instantly heal an ally for 2700. You take damage equal to 50% of the healing done. It does not cause your Beacon of Light to be healed. Cannot be cast on yourself. your redemption. That's your single target res. And you have Awakening. Light of Dawn has a 15% chance to grant you Avenging Wrath for 10 seconds. That's actually a passive talent. We'll go over that later. Heart of the Crusader. You move 20% faster while mounted. This does not stack with other movement speed increasing effects. Infusion of Light. Your Holy Shock criticals reduce the cast time of your next Holy Light by 1.5 seconds or increases the healing of your next flashlight by 40%. See if I can get one to proc. There it is. Infusion of Light. As you can see, I don't even remember which one it is. That's not it. That's not it either. But anyways, Flash of Light, extra 40% heal. There you go. Masteries Lightbringer increases healing done by up to 40.34% based on the proximity of your target. So basically, the closer you are to who you're healing. So let's say if I'm healing this guy over here, I'm not gonna heal him for as much as if I was standing here. The closer you are to the target you're healing, the better it will be. Here you go. Alright, let's jump into the talent section. In the row 15 talent, you have Crusader's Might. Crusader Strike reduces the cooldown of your Holy Shock and Light of the Dawn by 1.5 seconds. As you can see, this has a 7.6 second cooldown. Light of Dawn has 10 second cooldown. Crusader Strike has a 5 second cooldown with 2 charges, so you can basically knock off a couple of seconds off each one. And you're going to be Crusader Striking as much as possible because you want to be standing in melee because of your mastery. Alright, Bestow Faith. Begin mending the wounds of a friendly target, healing them for 2200 after 5 seconds. Me personally, I don't like it because it doesn't do any healing until after that 5 seconds is up. It's on a 12-second cooldown. It's kind of you put it on there and you hope they take some damage and you hope the heal goes through. But it is very cheap, so there's that. Light's Hammer. Hurls a light-infused hammer to the ground, dealing 309 holy damage to nearby enemies and healing up to 6 nearby allies for 263 every 2 seconds for 14 seconds. Throw this down right here. Boom. It's going to sit there and do healing, you can see. It's nice, but it also does damage, so. Alright, row 30. Cavalier, Divine Steed now has 2 charges. Unbreakable Spirit, reduce the cooldown of your Divine Shield, Divine Protection, and Lay on Hands by 30%. Rule of Law. It has 30-second cooldown, maximum of 2 charges. Increase the range of your heals and the reach of your Mastery Lightbringer by 50% for 10 seconds. Row 45. Fists of Justice. Judgment reduces the remaining cooldown on Hammer of Justice by 10 seconds. It's a 1-minute cooldown. Judgment is a 10-minute second cooldown. As long as you're using that, you can bring that down pretty fast. Repentance. Force an enemy target to meditate, incapacitating them for 1 minute. Usable against humanoids, demons, undead, dragonkin, and giants. Blinding Light. Emits dazzling light in all directions, blinding enemies within 10 yards, causing them to wander disoriented for 6 seconds. Non-holy damage will break the disorient effect. Row 60. Devotion Aura. Damage dealt to enemies within 10 yards is reduced by up to 10%, diminishing as more allies enter the aura. So it is divisible. You have all 5 people in there, it's only going to be a 2% damage reduction for each person. And then while Aura Mastery is active, all affected allies gain 20% damage reduction. That is very nice. Aura of Sacrifice. While you are above 75% health, 10% of all damage taken by allies within 10 yards is redirected to you and reduced by half. While Aura Mastery is active, 30% of the damage is redirected to you and reduced by 75%. Aura of Mercy restores 113 health to 3 injured allies within 10 yards every 2 seconds. While Aura Mastery is active, heals all allies in the aura and healing is increased by 100%. Row 75, Judgment of Light. Judgment now causes the next 25 successful attacks against the target to heal the attacker for 105. Judgment of Light is great. Put it on raids, everybody's getting beaten on the boss, everybody's getting that healing back. Holy Avenger is a new cooldown, 1.5 minute cooldown, increases your haste by 30% and your Holy Shock healing by 30% for 20 seconds. Only on a 1.5 minute cooldown, it's quite useful. Holy Prism fires a beam of light that scatters to strike a clump of targets. If the beam is aimed at an enemy target, it deals 1,129 holy damage and radiates 752 healing to 5 allies within 15 yards. If the beam is aimed at a friendly target, It heals for 1,500 and radiates 700 holy damage to 5 enemies within 15 yards. You can choose how to use that. If you don't need to do the healing, just target one of your buddies or yourself, fire it off. It's going to hit all the enemies. Or everybody needs healing. You aim it at an enemy. Bam, everybody gets healing. Pretty self-explanatory. Level 90. Avenging Wrath lasts 25% longer, and it also reduces the Holy Shock's cooldown by 50% for its duration. Avenging Crusader, which replaces Avenging Wrath, costs 2,000 mana and a 2-minute cooldown. You become the ultimate Crusader of Light, increasing your Crusader Strike, Judgment, and auto attack damage by 30%. Crusader Strike and Judgment cooldowns 30% faster, and heal up to 3 injured allies and 250% of the damage they deal in the last 20 seconds. You can pop that as damage boost, or you can pop it and just go ham on them and do some healing while you're at it. Awakening. Light of Dawn has a 15% chance to grant you Avenging Wrath for 10 seconds. Remember, Avenging Wrath gives you 30% crit on, let's see, your damage. It increases your damage, healing, and critical strike chance by 30%. If you're getting it for 8 seconds, or for 10 seconds, it's actually pretty good. So the thing is, it is only a 15% chance, so it is kind of unpredictable. Okay, roll 100. Divine Purpose. Casting Light of Dawn or Holy Shock has a 20% chance to not trigger that spell's cooldown, and to make the next cast free. Beacon of Faith. Mark a second target as a beacon, mimicking the effects of Beacon of Light. Your heals will now heal both of your beacons, but at 30% reduced effectiveness. So you put on your beacon. Oh. Yep, knock that off. Here, put on your Beacon of Light. It'll pretend it's a second target. And then you put your Beacon of Faith up on the next target. Now you have 2 beacons. All healing done will be transferred to them, except for Light of the Martyr. Okay, Beacon of Virtue, which replaces Beacon of Light. Apply a Beacon of Light to your target and 3 injured allies within 30 yards for 8 seconds. All affected allies will be healed for 40% of the amount of your other healing done. Your Flash of Light, Holy Light on these targets will also refund 20% of their maximum mana. So yeah, you're just going to put Beacon on 3 targets, but it only lasts 8 seconds. But it's also only a 15-second cooldown. It's actually very nice for dungeons. I highly recommend it for when you start getting up into Mythics. So that is the talent sections for the Holy Paladin. We went over the abilities, we went over the talents. What we're going to do now is go ahead and jump into a dungeon so you can see how it is firsthand. Alright, and here we are in the, what is it, the Shrine of Storms, I think? Alright. Let's keep moving. Alright, so I played the Holy Paladin. Probably my least favorite of the healers. It's just not one I've ever really had a lot of enjoyment for. Just personal preference, really. But flash right there. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. One of my judgments, I think, is actually on that spot. Do not play the Holy Paladin much. I just got it set up, so. Hope he doesn't pull all these guys. Heals off. Not too bad. I will say I'm not a good Holy Paladin. But we're going to get there. And we're going to get through it. I've been using Light of the Martyr instead of Holy Shock. I had the, I'm going to switch that real quick. Let's see, Holy Shock. There we go. Alright, now we're cooking. Let's kill these real quick, guys.
How dare you sully this holy place with your presence? I call upon the surging
There we go.
waters.
Alright.
Arise and wipe out these.
Alright. Now that we're back on track here, I can focus. I'm gonna kill Aquasur. Spell him. It doesn't seem like anybody's taking much damage, so. There we go. If you play a Holy Paladin, I'm sure you're saying I'm destroying this, but I'm a complete abomination to Holy Paladins everywhere. But I mean, that's okay. Let's go, buddy. Got a hammer here. So I am doing more damage than the Shadow Priest, though. So Manus definitely has an issue here. Go, boys. Throw our hammer down. Some healing going. Boom. Keep our tank healed up. I can do consecration too. I guess he's immune to everything. Not sure how we're supposed to kill this guy. Yeah, you gotta move him out of the rooms, that's right. There we go. I guess we got somewhere on that. Should probably put my beef jerky down there for spell myself. Some heals out. There we go.
Welcome, Brother Pike. You have arrived just in time to witness our victory.
Once our mission is complete, Martyr's fleet will belong to Queen Ajara!
Must get closer.
Lay the hammer down.
I am out of breath. I require a target.
And so far, I don't think I'm doing too bad. Nobody's dying, really.
I must get closer.
Doesn't mean I'm good at the Holy Paladin, but it's something, I guess.
I need to target something first.
I guess we're pulling all of it. Out of the rune. It's funny how the simplest concepts just make people such fucking retards. And I'm not the best at this game, but I think I would say I'm a little better than average. That's just fundamentals right there. Alright, come on. Come on, man. At least it was DPS and not something important, so we could find a new one of those. Fortunately, this tank is half retarded. But you have that. You have that a lot, actually. So moving along. As you can see, I'm using Beacon of Faith, so I can put Beacon on myself. And I can put Beacon on the tank as well. Give him the bigger Beacon. But you're probably going to need more healing. I actually like that better than the Beacon of Virtue, if that makes any sense. It's just a personal preference. Let's see what else we got here. Using Awakening, light of dodge 15% to grant you Avenging Wrath for 10 seconds. Then you got the Light Hammer, the Holy Prism. I like the way they feel. I know a lot of people don't prefer those. Oops. But it's okay. Not sure what we're taking damage from here. Healed up. Got Consecrate. Go. 1312. Not sure what that's supposed to mean. Definitely, Holy Paladin is not my strongest. Not even close. Don't get me wrong, I do enjoy it though. Just not as much as others.
I require a target.
Come on, boys. this Shadow Priest is terrible.
I do not have a target.
Just gonna double pull this.
I require a target.
So he's gonna pull all four sides, pull all four, or just one at a time on a side. I'm gonna hand him down here. Trying to keep everybody alive.
I need to target something first.
Holy crap.
The
rogue damage is real.
Nearly yours, my queen.
Alright. Gotta fix my screen there. I'll fix it after this one. Ugh. Transparency is screwing up a little bit on the green screen. Alright.
For the last time, join
Well, we're
me
going, boys, right?
or die. Then I shall cast your bodies to the blackened depths, to be crushed for eternity.
Balls, boys. Nobody knows what they're doing here, apparently. And now I'm mind controlled. Or at least silenced, anyway. Who's actually going to get him killed? Oh, I made it out. Sort of. Nope, nope, I'm completely mind controlled. There we go. Sometimes you just get these groups. I'm not sure what killed the rogue. He just killed himself instantly. Somehow. With something.
Too far away.
Darkness rules, pestilence spreads, the doorway is open.
We're going, we're going. Path of Frost is amazing. Hope our tank is here. Oops. Tank's a little bit slow.
I do not have a target.
Uh-huh. There it is. Now we're out of combat. All right. Let's see. We're gonna do this. Oops. Not mean to cast Avenging Wrath right there.
I need to target something first.
Interrupt.
I require a target.
Alright, alright. Guess this boss is easy. It's on normal is easy. I haven't done it on Mythic Plus or anything, so that can get interesting.
To the music of the drow.
I am out of range. I must get closer. I do not have a target.
There we go.
Will await you.
Oh, there you go. That's the Holy Paladin. Like I said, not the greatest gameplay. I'm not the best. But it is what it is. Make sure you guys follow the stream. We're going to be giving away some cosmetic WoW pets and mounts and all that good stuff in the upcoming streams. So make sure you check that out. In the stream is Twitch TV. It's twitch.tv/venison85. Make sure you guys check that out. So, do want to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.